Good morning, sophomores. I'm excited that today we'll get to begin doing math intervention during our sports block together. Today and for the rest of this week, we're going to go over decimal operations. I know that by the end of the week, you're going to be an all-star at this. Let's get started. This video is going to be a quick reminder more than anything else. First, let's talk about adding and subtracting decimals. Remember, when I add or subtract decimals, I have to line up the decimal point, so I'm adding and subtracting in the same place value. So for this problem, 3 and 52 hundredths plus 14 and 7 tenths, I would have to line up that decimal point before I could add. Remember, 14 and 7 tenths is the same as 14 and 70 hundredths. Then I could just add them together. When I do that, I bring the decimal straight down so I can keep my place values straight. The answer is 18 and 22 hundredths. Let's look at the next example. 16 minus 4 and 2 tenths. Well, 16 doesn't have a decimal point, but I know that the decimal always goes right after the ones place. So I could make that 16 and 0 tenths, and I can subtract 4 and 2 tenths, making sure that when I add or subtract, I line up my decimal points. Now I can subtract, and when I do that, I get 11 and 8 tenths. When I multiply decimals, the easiest trick I can use is to count the numbers behind the decimal place. Here, I've got 1, 2, 3 numbers behind the decimal place. Now I can multiply like normal. 4 times 5 is 20. 4 times 2 is 8, plus 2 is 10. Drop my 0. 6 times 5 is 30. 6 times 2 is 12, plus 3 is 15. When I add those together, I get 1,600. Now, I had tenths and hundredths, which gave me 3 digits behind the decimal. That means that I need 3 digits behind the decimal in my answer, because tenths times hundredths are thousands. My answer is 1 and 600 thousandths, or just 1.6. What if I have 3-digit numbers? It's the same thing. I count the numbers behind my decimal. 1, 2, 3. And now I can multiply like normal. 1 times 3 is 3, 1 times 2 is 2, 1 times 1 is 1. Drop my 0, 2 times 3 is 6, 2 times 2 is 4, 2 times 1 is 2. Drop 2 zeros when I'm in the hundreds place. 2 times 3 is 6, 2 times 2 is 4, 2 times 1 is 2. And now I can add 3, 8, 11, 7, 2, and I need 3 numbers behind my decimal, because that's what I counted before I got started. My answer is 27 and 183 thousandths. Now it's your time to practice. Tomorrow we'll do a review of dividing decimals. Go to the link for IXL practice under sophomores on the math intervention page. Do that practice, and at the end of the period, you'll have a chance to do your prove it. You've done a great job today. Keep up the good work.